In this video, you'll discover how much Martin Lawrence earned for every single movie he's ever made. Let's dive in.
In Do the Right Thing 1989, Martin Lawrence made one of his earliest film appearances, playing a young man from the Brooklyn neighborhood where racial tensions boil over on a sweltering summer day. Directed by Spike Lee, this groundbreaking film became a cultural milestone, praised for its unflinching look at race relations in America. Fun fact, this movie was Martin Lawrence's first feature film role, launching his path to becoming one of the top comedians and actors of the 1990s. The film was later selected for preservation in the U.S. National Film Registry for its cultural significance. In House Party 1990, Martin Lawrence played Billo, the DJ responsible for keeping the music alive at the ultimate teenage house party. The film became a cult classic, celebrated for its fun vibe, humor, and iconic dance battles that defined early 90s hip-hop culture. Fun fact, Martin Lawrence improvised many of his hilarious lines on set, showcasing the sharp comedic timing that would make him a household name in the years to come. In Talkin' Dirty After Dark 1991, Martin Lawrence starred as Terry, fast-talking stand-up comedian hustling his way through the rough comedy club scene of Los Angeles. The film gave audiences a glimpse of Lawrence's real-life roots in stand-up comedy, blending humor and chaos in a wild, late-night setting. Fun fact, this was one of Martin Lawrence's first leading roles, allowing him to showcase the high-energy comedy style that would later define his hit TV show Martin. In House Party 2 1991, Martin Lawrence reprised his role as Billo, returning as the ever-stressed-out DJ trying to handle the wildest college party of the year. The film kept the same high-energy vibe as the first one, mixing hip-hop culture, hilarious mishaps, and unforgettable dance dash-offs. Fun fact, Martin Lawrence's comedic chemistry with the cast helped turn the House Party franchise into one of the most beloved comedy series of the early 90s. In Boomerang 1992, Martin Lawrence played Tyler, a hilarious member of Eddie Murphy's close-knit group of friends. The film became a romantic comedy hit, mixing sharp humor with a star-studded cast including Halle Berry and Robin Givens. Fun fact, many of Martin Lawrence's funniest lines were improvised on set, adding extra laughs and helping make Boomerang a 90s classic. In Bad Boys 1995, Martin Lawrence starred as Detective Marcus Burnett, teaming up with Will Smith in this action-packed buddy cop film. The movie became a global hit, praised for its explosive action, hilarious banter, and unforgettable chemistry between the two leads. Fun fact, the film was originally planned with Dana Carvey and John Lovitz in the lead roles. But once Martin Lawrence and Will Smith joined, the dynamic changed, completely turning Bad Boys into a blockbuster classic. In A Thin Line Between Love and Hate 1996, Martin Lawrence not only starred as nightclub manager Darnell Wright, but also made his directorial debut. The film blends comedy and drama, following a ladies' man who learns a hard lesson when he plays with the wrong woman's heart. Fun fact, Martin Lawrence has said that this movie was inspired by real-life stories he had heard growing up, making it one of his most personal projects on screen. In Nothing to Lose 1997, Martin Lawrence played Terrence Paul Davidson, a desperate small-time thief who ends up forming an unlikely friendship with Tim Robbins' character during a wild night of misadventures. The film became a comedy hit of the late 90s, praised for its fast-paced humor, hilarious action scenes, and unexpected emotional moments. Fun fact, many of Martin Lawrence's funniest reactions in the movie were completely improvised, adding a unique energy that fans still love today. In Life 1999, Martin Lawrence teamed up with Eddie Murphy for this unforgettable comedy drama about two men wrongfully sentenced to life in prison. The film mixes heartfelt storytelling with laugh-out-loud humor, showcasing the incredible chemistry between the two comedy legends. Fun fact, despite not being a box office hit initially, Life later became a cult classic, with many fans calling it one of Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy's most underrated performances. In Blue Streak 1999, Martin Lawrence starred as Miles Logan, a jewel thief who poses as a cop to retrieve a diamond he hid years earlier in a police station. The movie became a box office success, praised for its hilarious premise, action-packed, moments. And Lawrence's trademark comedic energy? Fun fact, Martin Lawrence performed many of his own stunts in the film, adding authenticity to the action sequences while keeping the comedy sharp and fast-paced. In Big Mama's House 2000, Martin Lawrence delivered one of his most iconic roles as FBI agent Malcolm Turner, who goes undercover disguised as a sweet Southern grandmother. The film became a box office sensation, blending slapstick humor, outrageous disguises, and laugh-out-loud moments that audiences loved. Fun fact, the makeup process to transform Martin Lawrence into Big Mama took up to 6 hours each day, and the heavy suit made filming physically exhausting for the actor. In What's the Worst That Could Happen? 2001, Martin Lawrence stars as a skilled thief who gets caught stealing from a wealthy businessman, leading to a hilarious game of revenge and one-upmanship. The film mixes clever humor, fast-paced dialogue, and Martin's signature comedic style that keeps the story entertaining from start to finish. Fun fact, despite mixed reviews, Martin Lawrence's quick wit and improvisational skills made several unscripted moments some of the funniest scenes in the film. In Black Knight 2001, Martin Lawrence plays Jamal, a modern-day theme park worker who is magically transported back to medieval times. Using his street smarts and quick humor, Jamal stirs up chaos while trying to find a way home. The film mixes time travel comedy, hilarious fish-out-of-water moments, and Martin's over-the-top energy that keeps audiences laughing. Fun fact, Martin Lawrence performed several physical comedy stunts himself, adding authenticity to the action scenes while keeping the humor wild and unpredictable.